They said they work from all of this. I don't know whether that's true or not. We're in a meeting now. It's 5 to 6.
Oh.
Wait, what did I do?
Six, I think. Yeah.
Hi, we're just going to wait for everyone to join in and we'll be starting shortly. In the meanwhile, please introduce yourselves in the chat. Also, thank you to everyone who's muted themselves. And if you haven't yet, please go ahead and do that. Thank you. Awesome. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us at our info session today. Thank you so much for taking out the time on this Thursday evening, and we're super excited to introduce the Developer Student Club at UBC to all of you all. We wish we could have met in person, but for now we're on Zoom and we would love to learn more about you. So please drop a short message, including your year program as well as favorite food in the chat. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Arya, and I am a fourth-year computer engineering student here at UBC. I'm an international student from India, and I feel deeply passionate about using technology to give back to society. I am honored to serve as DSC UBC's lead for the academic year 2021 to 2022, and I'm super excited to meet all of y'all. And also, fun fact, the first time I had strawberry yogurt was actually at university, which shocks a lot of people, but I absolutely do love it as well.
Awesome. Yeah, that is a really weird fact, Arya, but thank you. Hello, everyone. My name's Dan or Daniel. I go by both. You might recognize me from yelling in front of the nest for like 3 hours on Imagine Day. But yeah, I'm a third-year pharmacology student, and I'm the VP for this year. The fact that I'm a pharmacology student should tell you the fact that doesn't matter what program you're in. I'm not a comp-sci major. I'm not a business major, but clearly I'm able to get really involved in the club, which means you can too. And yeah, fun fact about me, it's a bit weird, but I used to, and I sometimes still do, pour milk before cereal. It's a bit weird, but hopefully you all think I'm still normal. But before we begin, I got a really quick video about just a quick introduction to what Google Developer Student Clubs are, and then we got a little game afterwards. So we'll just watch this and get right to it.
Developer student clubs are university-based communities where students learn about Google technology and use their skills to solve local problems. There are over 700 clubs all over the world. From North America to Europe, Africa, and across Asia, we encourage more students to join or start a developer student club at their university.
Some students have overcome personal barriers with the help of their DSC community on their journey to become developers. These clubs help student developers learn through hands-on workshops. They then identify challenges faced by local businesses, NGOs, and sometimes even their own universities, and build real solutions for real problems.
The workshops that we had was Firebase, Actions on Google, and we're about to do ML. It's an amazing experience to learn about the impact that the technologies that can provide in our local communities.
DSC is a family, and it's not just about the programming, it's about the learning of teamwork and leadership.
A lot of villages face the problem of water, farming, floods. Maybe we can develop applications to solve this problem. Might be very ambitious for us as students to say that, but nothing is impossible. We can do it.
Developer student clubs around the world have already impacted so many students in their universities and people in their community. The future is bright for the next generation of students.
Awesome. Well, thank you. That was just a really quick introduction, 2 minutes. But before we get into more, oh, Google doesn't like to listen. There we go. Really quickly, we have a fun trivia game. So feel free to take your phones out or even like launch a new tab on your laptop and open slido.com. We have our code right there, and just got a couple trivia questions for you guys before we get started. So yeah, feel free to log on, and we'll just give everyone a couple minutes to hop on. The link, if you look right at the top corner of my screen, hopefully you can see my cursor. Yeah, sure thing. I'll type it in the chat really quickly. Slido.com and numbers 201-659. And we'll just give everyone about a minute to hop in. All right, looks like most of you have joined, which is awesome. So let's get started with the first question, shall we? Boom. What color is the sunset on Mars? I can feel you all through the Zoom screen. I can't see any of you, but I know you're all super confused right now. So let's give you a little bit for that. Then we'll be good to go. All right. Let's see. So got a few more. All right. 30 more seconds. I can still see the numbers shifting. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All righty, and the solution is, boom. About 24% of you got that one correct. It is not red. I know, that's what I thought too, but then Arya said I was wrong, so. Oh well. Next question. How long is an Olympic swimming pool? You all look very confused again, a second time. All right, we'll give you like about a minute. We'll be good to go. All right, 30 more seconds. I'm not the best mental timer, so this might just be like 15 seconds, but. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 50 meters. What's actually really interesting is like the people who knew right away, it was like 100% at the right answer, and then slowly it went down, but awesome. Now, one last question for you all. Now, this is actually the coolest question, I think, in my opinion. What was Google originally named? Aha. None of these look very good answers, do they? All right, we'll give you about a minute. All righty. I think we'll go for 30 more seconds. Oh, all right. 20 more seconds. It keeps moving. All right. Actually, now the answers all look very still. So are you ready to hear what the answer is? Yes, it wasn't Alphabet. It wasn't Scavenger. It was Backrub. Imagine going on and like trying to find like a biochem textbook and you go, oh yeah, I gotta go search on Backrub. Google's PR team made the right choice, but Alphabet is the parent company, but it wasn't what Google was originally named. So we put that in to trick you secretly. But hope you guys had a little bit of fun. We got to interact a little bit. We could have done a bit more if it was in person, but we'll stay distanced for now. And I'll just pass it over to Arya as we get started with the presentation. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Daniel. So we at GDSC UBC aim to bridge the gap between theory and practical application for student developers. If you are looking for opportunities to make the transition between the classroom and the workspace easier, then our club is definitely for you. We will be hosting various workshops, events, and other activities throughout the upcoming year. And this will definitely, our workshops will definitely help you achieve this objective. GDSCs are community groups for college and university students interested in Google developer technologies. We are open to all undergraduate and graduate students, including faculty members from all majors and faculties. And so we aren't restricted to just comp sci or computer engineering. It's a very common question we get asked. As a part of our club, you will have the opportunity to interact with other students in a peer-to-peer learning environment to create solutions for local problems and to give back to the Vancouver community. So DSC was originally launched in India in 2017 to help students gain experiences, resources, and other opportunities as they were struggling to find employment within the tech industry. DSC allowed them to better equip themselves to enter the workforce and also combat the challenging employment environment within the tech industry. There are thousands of students registered as general as well as core members at various DSCs all around the world, and they all have the amazing opportunity to work on using software and tech to combat real life problems. DSCs are facilitated by Google developers, and there are over 700 plus DSCs in over 106 countries. Here's a quick look at a map showing the 700 plus DSCs that exist spread all across Asia, Europe, North America, and the Middle East as well. Developer Student Clubs is a part of the Google developers ecosystem, which also has various other groups within it, which do amazing work in the tech space. The other groups which are a part of the Google developers ecosystem are the Women Tech Makers, Google developer groups, as well as Google developers experts. Developer student clubs consist of the core team, comprising of individuals with diverse skills, working to provide our general members with the exciting events, workshops, and other resources that you all will receive throughout the year. We often have developers and other industry professionals join us as speakers at our events, and we have multiple partnerships, and we often collaborate with other clubs on campus, as well as other DSCs all around the globe. By joining DSC UBC, you will have the great opportunity to learn new technical as well as non-technical skills, which will help you create amazing projects and boost your resume. You will also have the chance to use technology to impact the local community and build real solutions by working on hands-on projects. Additionally, I know that all of us have spent the last few years online, and now you will have the opportunity to meet a whole bunch of new people, and you will be a part of a community of fellow like-minded students. We also host Google Study Jams and various other workshops and activities, which you will learn about in the next slide. So this year, we are going to offer a variety of technical as well as non-technical workshops with an emphasis on Google technologies. Our goal is to engage and educate beginners as well as experts. And so we will cover a range of topics from software fundamentals to more advanced subjects as well. We host introductory level and expert level technical workshops. And so whether you are someone who knows little to nothing about software, or you're someone who considers themselves an avid developer, our club is definitely for you. We also host Google Cloud Study Jams as well as Android Study Jams. A study jam basically is a community-led 3-hour-long workshop series run by students exactly like us. You will get official hands-on technical training at absolutely no cost on a wide range of technologies and topics. It's based on the Quick Labs platform, which you can obtain free access to as well. And participants can gain badges upon completion of courses, which can eventually lead to course certifications, such as Coursera certifications, and they can even help you gain additional access to Quick Labs courses. Furthermore, we are motivated to help you navigate the tech industry through various networking events and non-technical talks on subjects such as why should I choose computer science, or how do I build my resume? Our non-technical workshops cover a whole bunch of topics, including UI UX, entrepreneurship, product, and other related tech subjects. We also plan on hosting career building and job search navigation events throughout the year, amongst mentorship opportunities and regular games nights as well. And now let's take a quick look at an introductory video on the Google Solutions Challenge Demo Day for 2020.
Developer student clubs are university-based communities where students learn about Google technology and use their skills to solve local problems. Welcome to the Developer Student Club's 2020 Solution Challenge Demo Day.
Awesome. I hope you all enjoyed that video. Just to reiterate, the Google Solutions Challenge is a competition hosted every year, which our general members will have the opportunity to participate in. Through this contest, you will have the chance to develop solutions for local problems and to use technology to impact Vancouver's community. You will have the chance to compete with various students all around the globe, and the top 10 teams win a whole bunch of really cool perks and prizes. We will also be hosting info sessions on the Google Solutions Challenge a little later this year. And so make sure that you sign up as a general member and follow us on all our social media platforms to make sure that you're updated on this if you are interested in participating in the Solutions Challenge.
Awesome. So thank you, Arya. I'll be taking over for kind of the remainder section of the presentation. And so hopefully now you have a bit of an idea of who we are, what we do, what our interests are. And now it's my job to convince you to actually join us and take action on all the interesting things that you've learned today. So why should you join us? First and foremost, we have a $0 membership fee, which is really cool considering we're all students, and we want to help you build your careers, and we don't think that should come at a cost to you, which is very reasonable. And meeting people from the local community, I've been very lucky to have a really awesome core team both this year and last year, where I've gotten to meet some people who I'm really glad to call my new friends, and kind of meeting people who are like-minded in the way I kind of like to pursue things in technology and bettering the community. Also, boosting resume. This is, for me, if I were to join as a general member, this would be my utmost, highest priority, because my resume, at least last year, it didn't look the best. The writing was pretty bad until I got together with a few friends to help work through some of the little difficulties I had, and it became a lot better. And so kind of doing that on a really large scale would be really interesting. So there's 9 reasons here. I could go in depth into each and every single one of them, but considering what Arya told you all about and kind of what our mission is this year, I think it's pretty clear why you should join us. Ton of reasons, and this is just 9 of them. And so, who can join us? I remember at the Nest, if you saw me there, there was a few people from San Francisco who were just visiting. Unfortunately, they won't be able to join, considering they're not UBC undergrad or grad students or faculty members, but odds are that the 42 of you are. And so feel free to either join us as a general member or as a core team member. So really quickly, the distinction between the two is that a general member is someone who can just sign up, come to see our events. You don't have to come to all of them. You can just come to one. You could come to all. You could come email us. You can really do whatever. The choice is yours, since that's a general member. Last year we had, I believe, over 500, and that's just general club members. And then the second is a core team member. So over here we have myself, Arya, Sarah, Justin, and Kieran, as well as Gagan. My memory isn't always the best, but we're the core team. We help plan out the events that we're going to do. We have weekly meetings. We do a lot of preparatory work to make sure that we give our general members the best experience possible. And so if that's sort of a higher commitment task or role is something that you want to do, then we're hiring. I'm really excited to see your applications personally. We have a QR code right here, and our application deadline is on the 10th at 11:59. And so if you're someone who's into marketing, design, tech, events, logistics, relations, and sponsorship, please come sign up. I'd love to meet you. We'd all love to meet you. And we have a really fun team. Personally, it's really awesome, I think, just to meet some new people and to really work together on building this really tight-knit community that we have at UBC, at the Developer Student Club. So really, really quickly, I would love to hear from you all. Just in the chat, if there's something you'd like to learn this year with the DSC. And thank you, Marianne, for your question. Glad Justin got to that. But just share literally anything you want. Can be technical, not technical, etc. And we'll have more time for questions at the very end as well. Programming, solid. Thank you, Kian. Don't be nervous, you guys. AI, programming, networking, machine learning, UI, UX. Awesome. Is general member sign up? Yes, Mariam, it should be. Programming. Awesome. So it's nice to hear from a few of you about what you kind of want to do here. Yeah. Oh, someone accidentally unmuted. Yeah, no, this is fantastic. Thank you all for typing in your responses. And I assure you, especially with the team that we've set up, we really want to learn about what you want to do. And so just discussing with us, once you've joined as a general member, we'll be sending out newsletters, forums, just to learn about what you want to do. So this sounds totally awesome and is totally up our alley. And so on to the next section. So please, please, please connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Feel free to email us too about, I don't know, you can even email us what your favorite food is. I love to read the emails. I'm a bit lonely. Okay. But it'll be totally fun to hear from you. We also got our website and our Discord, which we'll be relaunching this year. And yeah, so I'll be passing it on to Arya for our last little bit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dan. We also have Madhusha from the North America Developer Student Club team here with us, and I would like to invite him to say a few words. Yeah, Madhusha, you have to start.
Hello, hello. Can you all hear me? Whoa.
All good. All good.
Wrong camera. Hold on a second. Oh, there you go. Next time, we gotta get you all to use Google Hangout. See what we can do about that. Everybody can hear me? Give me a thumbs up on the chat. I had some technical difficulty a little earlier, so awesome. Before I get going, I know what your favorite foods are, but I'd like to know what you're studying in school. If you want to put your major and what you're studying in school, so I can get some context as to what the audience is, what everybody's studying. Okay, we have some engineers, maths, okay, computer science, cognitive systems, interesting. Biomedical engineering, a lot of computer science. Okay, we have some veterinarians there, biomedical industry, I'm studying Japanese, English, and international business. That's very, very interesting. Regular design planning behavior, mathematics, computer science. Okay. So the reason is I like to ask that question is at the end of the day, no matter what you're studying, you are going to be interacting with technology one way or another. And at the end of the day, I want you to realize that this is not a computer science club. This is a technology club. And I think Arya and Danny did a during their presentation, they spoke about how we're trying to bridge that gap. I know it's very broad. And if you were to dive deep into it, the way we do that usually is, number one, we want to make sure that there's enough awareness generated. And what I mean by that is a business student, if you can show them how to use, let's say, Google Sheets to do financial modeling with 2-3 lines of code, and then they might get comfortable, they might be interested to learn a little bit of Python, and now they can go build their own financial models on the cloud, and then use something like TensorFlow to, or other machine learning type of tools that we have available. But that first step of saying, hey, there are tools available, and improving their awareness, like making them aware of what the possibilities are, is the hardest thing to do. So that's why I think you guys, you all did a good job of saying this is not just for computer science students, and it's good to see that you have different disciplines being interested in joining the club. And the second part is accessibility. So yes, now you're aware of it. And what do I do now? How do I get accessibility to what we offer? Now, accessibility changes from region to region. So if you look at Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa, India, or Southeast Asia, a lot of these kids don't even have a computer. So the challenges we faced running this program was different, and it is still different from region to region. And the question we always get in North America is, do I get credits or do I get access to cloud? So we have, when Arya mentioned cloud study jams, and the reason those workshops are 3-4 hours long, I mean, you can do it on your own, but it's always better to learn as a group. And what we did was we created a system for you to access all our tools very quickly from a browser, and without any cost, without using a credit card, for you to learn and make it better. So accessibility, again, it might change. Maybe you might even have certain cases where accessibility is an issue, depending on who you are, what demographic you represent. So we are always here to listen and learn and see how we can do better when it comes to it. And the third point is we want to educate you. You know, like what can you, okay, now you have the building blocks that we want to teach. And the way we do that is we have this one to few to many kind of approach. So the leads who you just interacted with, they went through a rigorous application process. We interviewed them. We made sure they're the right people, right representatives, and then we trained them on a few things. And we're going to send them to do certain workshops around certain technologies that we have, so they can come back to you and teach you how to do it. Because that's, otherwise it's going to be difficult for us to scale. So these are things that we really honed in over the past few years through this program. And finally, so you are aware of it. Now you have accessibility to some of our tools. Now you're educated, you know how to use it. We don't want you to just jump directly into the job market. We want you to go build some things. Maybe you have an idea of a product or a service or something that you want to build that you are passionate about, that you can take a shot at. So we're going to push you to build. So solution challenge is one of those elements that we put in place, and gamifying it. So those are like 4 elements when we talk about bridging the gap between tech theory and practical applications. So keep that in mind. And most importantly, try to have fun. Otherwise, there's no point of doing it. I'm available through your representatives. We have regular meetings. We have regular interactions, and I represent a large umbrella of a division of Google, which is the Google Developer Relations group. And the reason we have all these different divisions is we have close to 9-10 different products that touch 1 billion people on an average day, an average month. So when you have this many products touching and interacting with customers on a regular basis, not everybody's using a Chromebook. I'm a Mac user. I'm an Apple user, but our technology has to work on all those different platforms. And the way we do it is through empowering our developers to give us feedback, build on top of that, help us integrate with different things. So it's a very collaborative process overall. And you are going to be playing a great role in that whole ecosystem as the next generation of representatives, developers who are coming forward. And then we don't want you to end there. We want you to go from becoming a DSC, maybe a DSC lead, WTM ambassador. Maybe you want to be a part of the Google Developer Groups community, and then maybe a Google Developer expert. And who knows where you might end up. So yeah, that's my little spiel. But I'm happy to. I don't know, Ari, you want me to take any questions, or you want me to clarify anything? I'm happy to answer any other questions, or you can drop a comment and let me know. Or I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I think it would be great if you could take some questions. If anybody has specific questions for Madhusha or for our team in general, please drop them in the chat and we would be happy to answer them.
It's so weird not seeing the people speaking on this platform.
I've actually spotlighted you, which is why that might be.
Oh, okay. I didn't go on Zoom that much, so this is like, yeah. Anyways, this is good. No worries. Oh, there you are.
Awesome. For anybody who does have questions, if you feel comfortable, you can do that as well. So it seems like we have a raised hand. Alex, would you like to unmute yourself and ask us your question?
Hello. First of all, thank you for your speech. It was very informative. I was wondering, you mentioned WTM. What WTM?
Oh, right. Okay. Actually, I did have a presentation, but I'm not going to put it up here. So what happened was this whole initiative started with the Google developers. Okay, so you got to go back in history. So the way I remember it, Apple kind of came up with this whole thing where enthusiasts got together, they started talking about technology, and then these became like technology groups. So the same concept happened with Google back in the day. And the first community come was something called Google Developer Groups. So they have developed communities across North America and the world. There's about 3,000 chapters. So those are city-based. So anybody in that city, in that location, can come to a meetup, can get together, and they can interact and talk about technology from Google, for example. And then we realized, okay, what about the students and what about that demographic? Because usually students tend to spend a lot of time on campus. So then we came up with the Google Developer Student Clubs to support that ecosystem. WTM stands for Women Tech Makers. So women who wants to get into technology, who are maybe in a transition, and they want to feel comfortable, they want to talk about it, they don't want to get too intimidated. So that whole community was built for them. And then we also have other initiatives around startups. We have other initiatives around certain minority groups and things like that. So, and then we have not-for-profit. So we have like all these different divisions that kind of come together, connect, and tend to build things together. So
That's great to know. Thank you so much.
no worries. How is the weather in BC, by the way?
Super sunny today, actually.
Oh, yeah?
It's day. It's gonna get cold and rainy from here though, so that's a little disappointing. But for now, pretty nice.
And fun fact, I'm based in Waterloo, so I'm Canadian too. So
amazing. Yeah, I had also seen someone ask in the chat a little earlier whether our events would be online or in person. So just to clarify that, we will be having hybrid events. Some events will be online, some will be in person, and that will continue as long as UBC permits that we can have in-person classes, lectures, and activities on campus. And so it depends, I guess we'll have to see as time goes on, but we will be having various online as well as in-person events throughout the upcoming term.
I think the good thing about online events that we found last year was that you end up interacting with students from all over the world, because we had events that we ran, we had students coming from other regions, and then some of those interactions created friendships, and they ended up working on different things, and our students got exposed to problems, like for example, the accessibility was a big issue. So if you look at some of our solution challenge submissions were geared towards those regions. So yeah, so hybrid is always good, in person is definitely good, but don't undermine the value of online if you do it right. I think you guys did a great job today. So
thank you. Yeah. Sorry, Madhusha, it seems like there's a little feedback on your end. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, online events are super exciting. You get, as Madhusha mentioned, you get to meet people from all around the world. And since there are various DSCs at various universities, like all over the globe, you'll get to meet new people from different countries, with different cultures, with different skill sets. And so it's definitely a super cool opportunity for you to like even, expand your range in terms of like the cultures that the people that you're meeting, and the way that you approach problems. Maybe like if you learn from other people that there are other diverse ways for you to do that. Yeah, it's super cool that we have that access to everyone across the globe. If you do have any more questions, please drop it in the chat right now so that we can get those clarified for you. And we also have dropped all our social media channels in the chat. You will also have access to this slide set, and you will also be given a recording of this session post this event. And so if you did come into this meeting a little bit late, or if you feel like you missed a certain slide, or it went over your head, you can just take a look at the recording again or go through the slide set again as well. Any questions? Don't be afraid to ask us anything that you have, really, anything that you want to get clarified.
Yeah, I guess from me, really quickly, thank you all so much for coming, but please feel free to stick around if you have any questions. And looks like we have one. Maybe Arya, you want to take what Angela said?
Yes, for sure. So as Daniel had mentioned earlier during the presentation, we have a whole bunch of positions available on various teams within our core team. So there's marketing, design, tech, relations and sponsorship, as well as events and logistics. And so what we're really looking for within students is an eagerness to learn and to take on challenges. We do not expect you all to be experts at these technologies, softwares. We know that everyone here is a student. None of us are professionals. So we're definitely going to keep that in mind during the application and interview process as well. We would, of course, value some previous experience related to the position that you're looking to apply for, but we don't expect you to know it all. We're more than anything looking for an eagerness to learn, and also an enthusiasm for the club and for the community as well. And yes, you can feel free to apply for any number of positions, whether that be 1, 2, or 3. We will make sure that when we're reviewing your applications, we don't get confused if you are applying for multiple positions and maybe offer you positions on various teams. That wouldn't happen, but you can apply for any number of positions on our core team. Can anyone be a general member, or will there be a selection process for that as well? That's what someone has asked in the chat. Our general member applications are open throughout the year, and any undergraduate or graduate students, including faculty members, can join as general members. We do not require that you need to be in a certain faculty or you need to be majoring in a certain program. Everybody is free to apply. There is no selection process for general members. Basically, our general members have access to the various opportunities, workshops, and other activities that we host. And so y'all will have the chance to be participants in these. And y'all will also receive some super cool perks towards the end through other various Google resources as well as swag. Yes, I think we can take a question from Natalie.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask you about any ongoing projects that you guys are a part of, or any past experiences that you had related to this club that really influenced your learning in the area. I'm super curious about that, if you guys have any portfolios that we can check out also.
Definitely. So there are a whole bunch of cool projects that one can work on as a part of the club, especially if you are looking to participate in the Google Solutions Challenge or take part in potentially a hackathon if we have later on in the year. Our core team specifically is looking to work with local startups within Vancouver and other small organizations to help them with their own internal tech tools and to help them improve their systems. But as a general member, you will have the opportunity and the freedom to choose what you want to work on. And we, of course, as a core team, are there to support you and mentor you, and also give you various workshops and other events through which you can advance and strengthen your skills to be able to build these projects.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
I was just going to add on to what Arya said as well. For instance, one of the startups that I'm starting up, that's a funny way to phrase it, isn't it? One of the startups that I've been running for a little while now, and something I'd hope to kind of integrate with the DSC this year, is something with regards to transferable medical records between clinics. And so we've kind of built a system where, kind of like Google Docs, where how Google Docs can have multiple collaborators, we're trying to recreate that for medical records. So that's just an example of one of the projects that hopefully we can kind of involve with the DSC this year. But yeah,
I like how it shows how you're using the technology into your own interest and your own major. That's really cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for asking the question.
And actually, an example to what Arya was talking about, I think last year we did a codathon with a local startup. I think they're called Dine. They have a social eating app, and I think it was a codathon where members could work on an actual part of their app. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, just to add on to that, members were given the opportunity to work on the UI UX of the app and even a part of the technical system. I guess our core team also since last year was our first official year as a club, we worked on building our own website as well. I guess that can be considered one project that we really focused on. I know that everyone in our core team last year probably is just feeling the stress after hearing about the website. But yeah, that's another exciting thing that we definitely enjoyed doing. Okay, I think we can take another question. Alex?
Yes, a question to either you or Daniel. I was wondering if either of you guys would be comfortable sharing what your background is and how you got to the role. What experiences you had, what skills brought you to be involved with the DSC?
Definitely. I guess I can go first and then Dan, you can go after me. So I'm a fourth year computer engineering student. And I guess I originally came into uni like in my first year, not knowing what I want to major in, what I really wanted to do. I kind of was in engineering, but I wasn't 1000% sure whether I wanted to pursue hardware or software. And then after, really getting my hands dirty with programming and working on some projects, experimenting with it, I identified that that's where my passion lied. And so applied to be in the major in computer engineering. And I guess my journey, which led me to DSC UBC, was I was really looking for a place where I could find a community of people who think like me and those who were looking to work with just others towards a common goal. And I noticed, at least this is my own personal experience, I didn't feel like there was much of a community within at least my major, which is computer engineering. And so I kind of turned to clubs for that aspect. And I was a part of DSC UBC as the project manager last year, and I had an absolutely amazing experience. I loved the team. I loved the work that we were doing on the events, and workshops were so much fun. And just seeing the audience members come to our workshops, give us feedback and tell us that we've managed to strengthen their skills, get them enthusiastic about the technology, really made me happy. And I really think that in today's day and age, with all the crazy things that are happening in this world, we really need to leverage technology and software for the betterment of society. And so I think DSC is a great space for you to be able to do that. And I just really loved being a part of the club last year. And now I'm the lead this year, and I'm super excited for the upcoming year.
Yeah, thank you, Arya. I guess for me, so I came in first year as regular. Oh, my voice must be from all the talking. So I came in as just an undifferentiated science student. Didn't really know what major I wanted to go into. Slowly but surely, I kind of found pharmacology to be a really cool undergrad program where we could kind of look at anatomy and the way that drugs interact with the body. And I thought it'd be one of the more useful programs too, because it might also just be nice to know if I can handle taking another Tylenol, for instance, or if this drug's safe with this. And yeah. So I joined the DSC in my second year, and I came on as a tech lead, and I was working with Justin and I believe 5 or 6 others. We were working on our website initially, and then a few other side projects at the same time. And really, I just kind of got to love everyone in the core team. We had a ton of fun, even though it was online. We never got to really meet anyone. But yeah, we're just working on projects. And then I think maybe an interesting thing for me to mention too is that since a kid, I've been really interested in computers. I started getting my hands into different types of programming and informatics really early on, kind of in high school and in elementary. I've just been a bit of a nerd my whole life. And I was really excited about the DSC because it gives us the unique opportunity to kind of integrate ourselves within different fields using technology, which I don't think any other club at UBC really provides at the level that we do. So I joined, I was super excited, and then one thing led to another, and I became VP, and I'm really excited to be here. It's really fun. Definitely join us, join the core team. A lot of things can happen.
Thank you so much.
Totally. Thank you, Alex. Does anyone have any questions? Feel free to launch them in the chat. No. Don't be nervous. I don't bite. I have a really cool t-shirt on that you could get as a giveaway in one of our events, which is why you should sign up. I think the t-shirts, it's really comfy, actually. I really like it. Yeah. Maybe I'll pass the floor over to Arya.
Okay, yeah, last call for questions. I guess we only have 5 minutes to go as well. So if you have any pending questions, please drop them in the chat. Okay, I guess there are none for now.
One more.
Okay.
One more. Hands up.
Yes.
I was just wondering if someone not in the core group has an idea or has a pitch for a potential project to work on, or wants help or advice on coding project or something, would that be something that you'd be open to listening to, or what would that process look like?
Absolutely. You can totally reach out to us about your own projects, or if you have your own ideas for projects. We will also, over the course of the next term, have a couple of team building events and games nights. So do make sure to attend those if you are looking for other people to work on those projects with you. But our club really is here to provide you with resources and to support all of our general members. And so if you want advice on maybe your UI UX, or you're having some trouble with setting up the environment of your project, or you just want advice, just in general, want to ask some questions, have some bugs to deal with, you can totally come to us. Feel free to reach out to us on any of our social media platforms, email us, and we would be happy to help you out.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Awesome. So I guess this brings us to the end of our event, and we would like to thank you so much for coming today. Before you leave, we would welcome you to start brainstorming ideas for future DSC projects that you want to work on. And if you haven't signed up as a general member yet, definitely do so as well. Just as a reminder, we will also be sending you this slideshow once the event has concluded, as well as the event recording. And so you will have access to all this information after this. Don't forget to get your applications in as well to be a part of the core team. And the application deadline is this Friday at 11:59 p.m., which is tomorrow. Yeah, thank you so much for coming, and we hope to meet you soon. And if you have any more questions, please feel free to DM us on any of our social media platforms, or send us an email as well. And take care, stay safe, and happy coding.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.